For this week's mini election trip, I'm off to Oxford West and Abingdon to visit the Conservative MP Nicola Blackwood and find out how her campaign to hold one of the most marginal seats in the country is going.
How would you say your campaign's going so far? Are you in full-on electioneering mode, or is this just your day-to-day canvassing?
Well, we've been in full-on election mode for quite some time, but we've been canvassing 3 times a week and twice on Saturdays for many months now. This is not just so that we can have the right information for election day and so on, it's also so that I can get the right information in order to be able to do my job as an MP. I think you saw that today what we're doing is survey canvassing. We're not only asking people about their views about voting, but we're also asking people about their views about the things which I should be working on and how I can better represent them. So it's a combination of the two, really.
And what kind of messages have you been hearing on the doorstep from people?
Well, we're hearing people who say that they are strongly backing Conservatives. You've heard from one lady, and they want to hear strong messages coming out and
less gentlemanly messages.
Well, they want to hear the Prime Minister speaking out and being clear that the Conservatives are doing a good job in government, which I was very happy to endorse. And we're also hearing people who are talking about, some of the infrastructure problems that we have locally. They want a strong community champion in their MP, and that's what I'm trying to do for them.
This is one of the most marginal Conservative seats in the country, with just 0.3%. I believe is your majority. There's a good chance the Lib Dem vote is not going to be as strong. Does that make you feel confident in a way, or is it still a battle when you go on doorsteps with Lib Dem voters?
Well, having a majority of 176 does not make you confident. It makes you feel like you have to fight for every vote. And I feel like as an MP that's a good attitude to have anyway. I don't think that we should have an ounce of complacency. Clearly we look at the polling, and it gives us some confidence that we're doing some good things here and that people know what we're doing. But when it comes down to it, we're going to fight for every last vote, because a lot can happen between now and poll day, and we can't take anything for granted.
Since you've entered Parliament as one of the 2010ers, the big intake of young Conservative MPs, you've certainly been less vocal in the national media than some of your other compadres. Was that a decision because you had such a marginal seat, or was it something that just happened naturally?
Well, I sort of made a conscious decision that I wanted to focus very much on fighting for my constituency. I wanted to get to the 8th of May and know that I had done absolutely everything I could to fight for this seat, that I wouldn't have any regrets that I hadn't focused enough on it. I learned a very big lesson when my opponent at the last election turned down a very important hustings. Yes. Turned down a very important hustings to go and do an interview in London and sent his agent instead. And I can tell you that for the 300 businesses in the room, that went down like a lead balloon. I never wanted to be that MP, so I focused very hard on being a good constituency MP and doing my work in Parliament to the best of my ability. And we'll have to see what kind of response that gets.
That's it for our first stop on the mini election tour. Join me next week to find out how the general election is being fought in a different part of the country.